Welcome back to Almira Vlog channel. Mabuhay! Welcome to Japan. Unexpected things you can find in Japan. 1. Vending machines. Japan is famous for being a country full of vending machines. The most common kinds are for drinks. But there are also vending machines for hot foods, candy, ice cream, cigarettes, books, newspapers, umbrellas, and even adult goods. According to a Japanese research company's investigation, the number of vending machines in Japan in 2014 were 50,400,000. It's also said that they make 5 trillion yen a year, about $50 billion. The national average sales for a vending machine is almost 40,000 yen per month. If it's in a particularly good place, where you can expect a consistent flow of people, such as near a station on a commuting route or by a park, then it can be as much as 500,000 yen. Why are vending machines popular in Japan? Japan is known to have one of the lowest reported crime rates in the world, a stat that continues to decrease year on year, according to their national tourism organization. A big reason why they have so many vending machines, because the units can be left outside, with little risk of being defaced or vandalized. 2. Washlet toilet seat. Right now the washlet toilet seat is very popular with foreign tourists. While the basic one just spouts out warm water from a nozzle to clean one's region, many versions also include deodorization, dryers, warming functions, even music. It's said that there are many tourists who try it once and become addicted. Japan is now so notorious for its complicated, smart toilets, that earlier this year the Japan Sanitary Equipment Industry Association standardized the pictograms on such controls to prevent foreign visitors, in particular, being accidentally squirted in the face when groping for the flush. 3. Name plates. For single-family homes in Japan, usually they'll have a nameplate at the entranceway. In the US and in Europe, there will be a house number, and usually a last name on the mailbox. But there aren't many places where the names are displayed like they are in Japan. One theory about the spread of the use of nameplates comes from 1923, after the Great Kanto earthquake. After the earthquake, victims reconstructed their homes, but many of them moved from the original place where they lived. Because of that, the town completely changed from the way it used to be. So many people wanted to let their neighbors know, this is where I live. And from their nameplates became an indispensable part of life in Tokyo. 4. Limited edition KitKats. Japan limited KitKats are another very popular souvenir among foreign tourists. There are many different kinds, so it might be fun to go on a quest to collect them all. Japan-only Kit Kat flavor guide, from regional collections to limited editions. From watermelon to wasabi. Sports drink to brown sugar syrup. If you've ever been or know someone who's been to Japan, chances are you've come across or been lucky enough to be given some weird and wonderful flavors of Kit Kat that can't be found anywhere else in the world. Japan is miles ahead in the snack game in terms of the variety of Kit Kat flavors, and most of them remain exclusively available in Japan. Are you intrigued by all the Japan limited Kit Kat opportunities? Collecting Kit Kats is a fun thing to add to your to-do list in Japan. So let's take a look at these unique flavors and where you can find them. 5. Capsule hotels. Capsule hotels are a type of lodging unique to Japan. It's said that the architect Kisho Kurokawa designed the first one for the 1970 Osaka World Fair. Many foreign tourists are interested in them, because not only are they cheap and safe, but also staying in one feels like living within the world of science fiction. 6. Love hotels. Love hotels are something that can be found in Japan and some parts of Asia. As the name implies, it's a place where couples can go for a tryst. Japanese love hotels especially are built with different themes, so you can find ones that have carousels or water slides in the rooms or even rooms that are made to look like cars, trains, or spaceships. The prices range from reasonable to quite expensive depending on the hotel. Also, after the customer picks the room from a display in the lobby, they pay by machine and the key comes out of a small window. Employees and customers never meet face to face for privacy reasons. 7. Free tissues handed out on the street. Seeing people hand out tissues for free on the street is a common sight in Japan. Companies put their advertisements inside the tissue packaging so people take them and learn of their products or services. It's said that Japanese pocket tissue production is close to 5 billion packs a year, worth close to 100 billion yen, around $1 billion. 8. Silky tissues. The name of these tissues is Excellent Nose Celeb. It's soft like silk to a surprising amount, and many people grow addicted to using them after one try. On the package, the faces of white rabbits, seals, and polar bears are used so their noses stand out cutely. Many people in Japan use face masks, especially during the periods where pollen is high or in the winter. In those seasons, if you step on a train, most of the people riding the train will be wearing one, while of course there are people who wear them against pollen or germs. Among them there are people who don't want their faces to be seen. Many young people have been wearing fashionable ones lately too. In the West, only people who are ill wear face masks. So for many foreign tourists it might seem a strange sight. 10. Wet towels. In Japan, when you sit in a restaurant, usually you'll receive a wet towel called an oshibori. An oshibori is a slightly damp cloth, and is a way for customers to wipe their hands in order to enjoy their meal in a hygienic way. Depending on the restaurant, the oshibori might be warm or cold. It's considered one of the symbols of Japan's hospitality. 11. Unmanned vegetable stands. In the Japanese countryside, you can often see unmanned vegetable stalls, where all you do is leave some money and take the produce, because it's a sales method that involves a lot of trust in everyone's good consciences. Many foreign tourists are surprised at the sight. 12. Machine-operated multi-story parking space. Since Japan is a very narrow country, especially in the cities, in order to make the best of parking spaces, they were built upwards into multi-story spaces. Many people are surprised at this use of technology. 13. Randoseru backpacks. Every elementary student in Japan has a randoseru backpack. Many people have seen them in anime or other Japanese media. Since they're usually made of leather and of very high quality, children can use them for 6 years straight, while the standard is that boys use black and girls use red. Lately there have been many variations with patterns and colors, so it's grown to be more of a fashion item. In recent years, thanks to their fashionable looks and usefulness, they have been growing in popularity overseas as well. 14. Kotatsu. If you're talking about winter in Japan, one of the main images is of the kotatsu. A kotatsu is a home heater that consists of a table placed on the floor with a blanket draped between the legs, and the surface to hide the heater beneath it. Since it often appears in anime and movies, there are many people around the world who know about it. In Japanese households, it's standard for families to sit under the kotatsu in the winter to eat mandarins and watch TV together. It's a scene that can be said to be unique to Japan. 15. Otushi. Otushi is a small dish, usually a snack, that is brought out at izakaya restaurants after the customer's order is taken to tide them over until their meal arrives. Since it comes out without having been ordered, it might surprise some people. It's a custom that began out of regard for the customer. Orders in izakaya usually start with drinks, and drinking without something to snack on seems sad. So it is a way for the establishment to make their customer feel more welcome. Depending on the place, you can refuse the otushi. So if you would prefer not to have it, please tell your waiter when you place your orders. The end. See you in part 2 for the unexpected things you can find in Japan. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you Team Journey. Thank you Team Ibags. Thank you Team GL Tulungan. God bless us all. Maraming salamat po.